Okay? This has a minus in front of it. How do you approach that? Well, I'm glad you asked. You ignore it, at least for now. We're going to do this first. We're going to do, and we can do this with boxes. And I'm going to do the boxes because it's slightly different. Some of you need something different to kind of get you to lock into it. There's an x and a minus 3, and there's an x and a minus 3. I'm basically taking this information and organizing it in a box instead of in the way we did in the previous problem. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is a negative 3x. X times negative 3 is also a negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. When we combine these together, x squared minus 6x plus 9, I'm essentially doing the same thing that I would have done if I'd have FOILed it. Okay? I just have these two like terms are diagonal from each other instead of having them be next to each other after FOILing. And the box works with multiplying by a third set as well. Once you get those, you can set your box up to be a 3 by 2 because you have the three terms here. Now you've got an x plus 2 down here. And I know some of you are thinking, well, what about that negative? Don't even worry about it just yet. We'll get to that. This is an x to the third power. This is a x times negative 6x is a negative 6x squared. That's a 9x. That is a 2x squared. 2 times negative 6, negative 12x, and then an 18. Our like terms are going to always be diagonal from each other, so look for them. That's why the box is kind of a nice way to organize. I'm going to write the answer down here, x cubed. That is a negative 4x squared. That is a negative 3x, and that is a plus 18. The reason I wrote it down there is because we still have that unfinished business of the negative out in front, and that's the last thing you can do, and it's easy enough to just apply at the end. You get sticky when you start saying, well, let's just apply it here, and oh, that's a minus and that's a plus. No, it isn't. You can't distribute a negative, and you don't want to distribute it to everything, and I think it's too hard to explain where you should distribute it and where you shouldn't. So wait till the end. Change the sign of everything. Everything then changes. That becomes a negative x cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x minus 18. Everything changes.